Ta-da. Okay. Are we ready? Section 1.1. We're going all the way back, and here's what the lecture notes look like. It gives you a bunch of notes before the problems, and we're not going to do them all, but we're going to do a lot of these problems in class, and it's going to be easy because they're already written down for you. So let's just jump right in. We're going to get started with math, and just a couple of, okay, a linear equation. Only x to the first is in here, but we have a bunch of them. And we want to solve them. Some things to remember about solving them. Do you remember what the distributive property was? That helps me get rid of the parentheses. Combining like terms. Oh, yeah, we're going to get to fractions and decimals in a little bit. And some of you who hate math, it's because your third grade teacher only wanted to teach kindergarten. And they said, oh, no, I only want to teach kindergarten. I don't like math. So they said that in front of you, and then you didn't like math. Well, let's hope that wasn't the case. Lots of stuff going on here, but as you can see, I have number 1 circled, and go. When you get an answer, somebody just let me know. Dude, I'm going to work it out as well, but just I'm going to let you get a head start on it. I'm going to distribute. And I'm going to distribute. You're going to find as we go through this course, what we're doing now will come back up every time we learn something new. And then when we go to learn something new, what we had just learned, we're going to use. And we're just going to keep reusing things over and over and over in this class. That's not very bright. I'm going to use something darker. Combining like terms. 5x minus 20 equals 4x minus 8. I'm going to subtract the 4x. I'm going to add 20. I get something like 12. Then if I wanted to see if this was the right answer, I'd plug it in. Anybody else get 12?
I got X12, Professor, but I don't see nothing in my screen. Everything's dark.
You don't see my screen?
No, I don't see nothing.
Paul got 12 as well. I
got.
Did you get 12?
Correct. I have 12. I'm gonna just exit the computer and try to log in again.
Okay, that sounds good. 12, I think 12 is pretty good. Somebody tell me, thank you, Nicole. Somebody tell me what's the trick in number 2? We're not going to solve number 2. We don't have to do too many of these, but what's the next line? What's, again, what are they trying to trip you up on? Somebody tell me what the next line should be. Remember earlier I told you I'd wait?
I'm a little confused.
Okay, where are we at?
In number 1.
Yes.
I thought whenever you distribute, you did like, so the x, you move that to the 4, and that's 4 times x, you have that, and then x times x, wouldn't that be?
So if I'm here in this first line, the only thing that gets distributed is a 4.
Oh, okay.
And now remember, you're going to see this at some point, x minus 4. You're going to see that where this is in parentheses. Then we have to do that whole double distribute. We'll have a lot more going on.
Okay.
Right? Now we're just, yeah. So that's what I was asking about over here. The next line should be, somebody? You know, I'll wait. My thumb, the skin's dry. Nicole says -3 times 2x. All right, so I get 2x minus 6x. Then what?
-6.
Yeah, -6. And what they're trying to show you and remind you in the second problem is when you distribute, make sure you take the sign with you. This right side would be 1 minus 20x minus 15. And again, we're just back to simple algebra over here that we should be okay with. All right, I'm going to give you a minute. I want you to try 3 and 4. Again, this is that decimals and fractions that somewhere along the line, somebody told you that they didn't like it and convinced you you don't like them. But they're just plain old decimals. They're just fractions. Took care of the parentheses. I did my distribution. Quick question. What do you want to do now? Well, why not just keep working with decimals? That's absolutely fine. They get a little confusing. They're a little harder, but it's just fine. What's one option that I could do to this if I really wanted to? Well, I might want to clear the decimal. How can I clear the decimals? What could I do to each one of these on both sides to clear the decimal?
Multiply by 10.
Excellent. I'm going to take both sides. I'm going to multiply everything in both sides by 10. What do I get? Nice. 6x minus 13 equals 10x minus 16. Oh, that's 10x. Minus 16. Presto, everyone. She got 0.75 for a final answer.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a problem like just doing everything in my head. If I were to, not put the parentheses in the times 10, would you know what I'm doing?
Yep.
Or is that a part of showing work? Like, would I have to do the parentheses and then
Nope.
the 10?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm pretty good with following different ways that different students have to solve problems.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm going to subtract 6x. That gives me a 4x. I'm going to add 16. That gives me a 3. I'm hoping that some of you kept working and did get 3/4, and I did get a confirmation. Okay, so decimals, I can work with them, or I can get rid of them. Fractions, maybe I'd like to get rid of them. Maybe instead of clearing the decimal, this time I'd like to clear the bottom part of the fraction. I'd like to clear the denominator. All right. When I cleared the decimal, I multiplied everything on both sides after I dealt with the distributing, everything on both sides by 10, and it cleared it. Well, if I look at this guy, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different terms, but only in 3 of them do I want to clear the denominator. What can I multiply everything by in order to get rid of that denominator? Everything on this side and everything on this side. I'd like to multiply it by what?
2.
A little more than 2, because 2 won't clear this 3. 2 will clear that 2 when I'm a little more than 3. I have to be able to take care of all 3 of these. Put them together.
6.
Yep, 6. 6 and 6. Okay, I get 12 over 3x minus 15 over 6x minus 18, 6 over 2x minus 30. Uh-oh, I ran out of dot cam. There we go. 12x. Uh-oh, crap. That's not 15. That's 30. My bad. 30x. minus 18. 6 over 2 minus 30. I'm glad I went back and checked it. 4x minus 5x. 3x minus 30. Okay. Do. Again, I'm hoping you're not waiting for me. The last thing I need is you to just sit and copy what I write. I slow down every once in a while so that you can catch up. If I'm going too fast, you have to tell me. Do not be afraid to tell me. What are you doing? Slow down. Hello. Get out the way. I said, get out the way. I'm going to add X. Because remember, I'm pretty good at this and I go kind of fast. I add 30. I said, yay. Anybody else get 3? Elizabeth, did you get 3? Yeah, Aaron got 3. Elizabeth got 3. Any questions?
You got a little fast for me.
Yeah, that's why I just said you got to slow me down. I'm really
Yes.
good at telling. I could tell stories and slow down. What you got?
Sorry, it's been such a long time since I've done this math.
And again,
When,
knocking the rust off.
yeah, when you say clear the denominator, like in my peanut brain, you're like multiplying the top, but the bottom doesn't change
That's right.
at all.
So if I have a half of a pizza and I buy 8 halves, isn't that 8 half pizzas?
Yes, no,
Yeah. Yes. Because remember, 8 is really 8 over 1. We take 8 times 1 and 1 times 2 when we multiply. But if I have a half a pizza and I multiply it by 8, I now have 8 halves, which you know is 4 whole pizzas, which I now know what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. Pizza,
Okay.
extra cheese, pepperoni.
Thank you.
Oh, I can always show it in a more familiar way. Some people say dumb it down, but
Mhm.
showing it as 8 1/2 pizzas, 6 times 2/3. So if I had 2/3 of a pizza and I had 6 of them, I would have 12 thirds.
Hey,
Okay.
can I show you something?
Yeah, Maria.
So, bye. So this is how I have to do all this so I can understand it.
Yeah.
Like I'm a visual learner, so
Mhm.
that's why I might take a little. I might be a little slower.
Okay. One of the things that I recommend is when class is over, either that night, first thing next morning, rewatch the video if you have question marks, because that's going to be a big help. The other thing is we start going through the semester, you can watch the posted videos before class. And then when class rolls around, you see it a second time and you may already know what questions you want to ask. So a
Okay.
couple different ways to prep and study for the class. Mhm. But you do understand there's so much we have to do and it's kind of at a certain pace. And we'll be good. We'll be good. Oh boy. Oh boy. I have number 5 circled. Go ahead and do number 5. I'm going to do number 6 just for kicks and giggles while you do number 5. Okay, so let's see. 2 times 4, I'm getting rid of this parentheses, plus 10 minus 2x minus 2x equals 28 minus 8x. Good. I can either distribute or I can combine like terms. 14 minus 4x. 28 minus 8x equals 28. Uh-oh. I subtract 28 and I add it. I get 0 equals 0. Huh. What does that mean? Oh, by the way, there are notes up here. Sometimes reading those notes may help us out. It's true for, in this one, if I went back a line, if x was 1, is this true? Yeah. If x was 2, is it true? Yeah. Is this going to work? This works for all real numbers. Huh. Imagine that. We're not going to see this kind of thing very often, but it does happen. Any number I put in for x, it's going to work. It works for all real numbers. I don't know if any of you have ever seen that before, but that's the symbol, a double back R for real numbers. What do you think about that? Pretty cool. I did the one over here, and it's pretty similar, except I end up with 0 as an answer. That's okay. We are allowed to have 0 for an answer. So you don't have to do all this work. Just know that I did it for you and it ends up being x equals 0. Well, there's one more. That's number 7. Let's see what we get out of there. Okay, I'll give you a minute to get a head start.
Professor, those worksheets that we're doing right now,
Yep.
are we gonna drop it off on the D2L?
Nope, nope, these are just your notes from the lectures.
Oh, awesome.
Yep,
Thank
they're just for you to keep. All right, negative 3x plus 6 plus 8x plus 20, good, equals 10x minus 5x plus 23. I got 3x, I'm double checking because I goof up sometimes. 20, 10x minus 5x plus 23. I like that. So far, so good. 5x plus 26 and 5x plus 20. Ooh. 5x, I'm going to subtract the 23 and I'm going to subtract the 5x and I get 0 equals 3. No solutions. Nothing's going to work in that one. Unlike up here where every number works because they ended up the same, this is a situation where nothing's going to work.
So when we go to take tests and whatnot, is there going to be some questions where it will come out to be a no solutions answer?
When you see what's going to happen next, yes, but very, very rarely.
Okay.
Very rarely. Okay. All right. So what's this? What's all this? A rational equation. What's a rational equation? First letters are ratio. First 5 letters are ratio. A ratio is 2 to 3 or 2 to 3. Rationals mean they are a fraction. And you see down here, we have rational equations. That just means it has an equal. So this time, like unlike the first page when I multiplied everything by a certain number, need to multiply everything by a little bit more. I need to be able to clear the 4. I need to clear the 2x, and I just need to clear x. So give me something that will cancel with the denominators on both sides. Sequana, I think you said something, but I couldn't hear it.
2.
2, I need a little more than 2, because if I put a 2 here, I get 18 over 4, and that's not going to clear it. So I need a little bit bigger than 2. Paul says 4. Yep, 4 is going to clear that, and 4 is going to clear this too. But what else am I going to need to clear?
The x.
Yeah, so I'm going to need to multiply everything on both sides by 4x. I'm going to do it and get 36x over 4 minus 4x over 2x equals 16x over x. Again, I made sure I distributed and hit everybody. All right, this is going to be 9x. This is going to be 2. And that's going to be 16. So what we started the class with is where we're at now. We changed our problem into something that we've already done. And again, hopefully we're knocking the rust off. And y'all are going, yeah, I love this class. It's great. I still have an A. Well, you don't have any points yet, so you don't have an A. In a little bit, you'll have an A. Get that first homework done. Yay, getting the first homework done. X equals 2. Oh my. X plus 6 over x plus 3 minus 2 equals 3 over x plus 3. All right, you got it. Okay, guys, what am I going to do here? I'm going to multiply these two terms and this term by something. Does it jump right out at you? What am I going to multiply by?
X plus 3.
X plus 3, yeah. I need a whole quantity here. I need the binomial, bi meaning 2. So this guy is going to be x plus 3, x plus 6, all over x plus 3, minus 2 times x plus 3 equals 3 times x plus 3 over x plus 3. Cool. I'm having a little fun with you. What's the answer going to be? Oh, I'm going to cancel this and this, and I'm going to cancel that and that, and I'm going to keep working from there. Tell me what your answer is. Tell me something good. Wow, wow. Tell me that you like it. Yeah. Do. You folks don't even know that song. Oh, Maria, you know that song? Paul, I'm going to put it on our D2L page. I will have to render it first, then I'll upload it on D2L, and then I'll put the link on. So I'll pretty much do that as soon as class is done. Anybody have an answer yet?
So it's been a long time since I took this, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if like I know it's not finished, but I'm not sure where to continue at.
Okay.
Like,
so here's my x plus 6. What's
yeah.
the D? What's the D word I'm going to use here?
Distribute.
Yep.
2x,
Yep.
negative 2x plus,
Negative 2x.
minus.
Yeah. I got excited.
Is it okay if we do like plus -3 if it makes sense to us?
Whatever makes sense to you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Maria, you are very, very close to the answer. Paul, you are incorrect. I hope we didn't mess anything up.
I got just a 3.
Oh, Sawyer got 3. Why is everybody all of a sudden getting 3 and I'm going, oh. Anybody have an idea why? All right, so let's see. I get negative x. The 6 and minus 6, they cancel, equals 3. I multiply by -1, and I get -3. But Dominic, you are about to tell me why -3 is wrong. Dominic, why is -3 wrong? What do you mean it's wrong? I'm going to plug it back into the problem, and I'm going to get the right answer. -3 plus
Zero.
what?
Zero.
It's breaking on you, Maria. Try one more time.
I think it's 0.
Yeah, well, if I put this -3 in here, that becomes 0. Am I allowed to divide by 0? Somebody say, hell no. No, I'm not allowed to divide by 0. So the answer I have, boom, yeah, no solution. It doesn't work because whenever I'm working with problems like this, the first thing I'm doing is going, whoa, 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 whoa. I know right away that x cannot equal -3. Because if so, I'm allowed to divide by 0. What's 0 times 1? Anybody?
0.
Wait, what is 0 times 2? Somebody.
0.
Well, that equals 0 and that equals 0. They equal each other, right?
Correct, but I'm sorry, Professor. I mean to say no solution because I'm
Yeah.
Spanish. So when I saw the 0 and the line, I thought it was 0.
Gotcha. Now, if I took these two and I divided by 0, and I'm allowed to divide by 0, I can cancel. And guess what, math world? 1 now equals 2. I am not allowed to divide by 0. No soup for you. Nada. Oh, okay. Oh boy. Let's try number 10. Let's try number 10. And and somebody get excited in number 10 and tell me this is y minus 1 plus y plus 1 over equals 1.
Professor.
Yeah, good to know. Yeah, I think I'm coming back on the computer. Maybe not. Okay, so I want to clear my denominator. Oh, I am back on the computer. Yay. Bing, 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 bing. You can hear me on the computer. I'm moving. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? 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 Anybody else back? Y minus 1, y plus 3 over y minus 1.